Caroline has really built a string of horses for herself. Obviously, she's a huge sales program, but she spent a lot of time in building a string of her horses. And I think that the riders you see having so much success have taken the time, like yourself, Shannon, to build them from when they're young. And she has quite a lot of horses right now in terms of horsepower, including the very young 9-year-old Blake who went to the Olympic Games. But, I think that all of her horses are on that very young side, and they have a lot left in their tank as far as years, and they're just coming to fruition. So it's going to be a really interesting next few years, I think, for Caroline as we look toward the future, and she looks toward the LA Games.
Right, as does she. She's young in her own right,
exactly.
Right? And so I think she's doing it right by making sure she has more horses coming up the pipeline, and she has a really good support team that allows her to do that, and to take the time to develop the horses.
Well, this horse owned for Caroline by her mother, Sherry Martin, a 2015, again, quite young mare. And they've had some good success together. They did contest the $60,000 Adequan Advanced Final here last year. They were 11th in that. And then they went on to some very good success, including a third-place finish at the 4-Star Long at Marvin Park. And most recently, a 4th-place finish at the 4-Star Long at Mill Street overseas. So this is one of the ones she took with her when she went on her campaign across the pond, thanks to some of the amazing USCF grants last year.
She just gets a little unsteady in the contact. The mare, I know, just knowing her a little bit, she's a little bit of a firecracker, and so she's a little unsteady there because she doesn't quite want to sit and push from behind to keep the connection steady up front. But Caroline's doing a good job keeping it all together.
See what she makes of this haul.
That was good.
Yeah.
That's sort of what
she knows she didn't quite get in the 5 steps backward she needed, so she goes for one more, and then it backfired on her just a little bit. You think, can I have one more? And the mare said, how many more do you want?
Right. She just lost the connection there when she went to go back. The halt was great, and then she dropped the connection, and so then it was a bit intermittent. It's good. She says good bend there. Good engagement.
Yeah, you can see and appreciate too, right, Caroline? This mare's balance is very up again. If you joined in our coverage yesterday of that intermediate, you can see such the clear differences as these horses progress, and I think that's a pretty great free lesson in just getting to watch what we're talking about, because you can really appreciate it, especially in that half pass, since it was also in the intermediate test, how different these horses look doing the half pass in terms of their balance, their reach across.
Right. I think as you're moving them up to the level you first do the half pass, you just sort of like
try to
pull their head one way,
way,
like go sideways, like try to figure out how to just make them go sideways, bend in that direction, and then as they get more trained, you actually do it properly where they're bent around that inside leg. So
nicely up into the canter. I think Caroline was quite patient. And you can see this mare has all the tools. She just, when she relaxes, another one that as she kind of comes of age a bit, she's going to relax through her back and have that next layer, and the judges will be able to award that.
Right. She needs to be able to push out. Like, she's nice and up, like you said, in the balance, but she needs to push their neck out, and that comes from the hind legs and her being stronger. That was definitely on the aids. It was a little bit close behind, but on the aids and right on target on the center line.
And again, don't you think with the changes, Shannon, that, you want the horse to do it on the aids when you ask, and then they kind of get cleaner and cleaner and more clear on exactly how to do that with their body. It's a little bit of a developed skill for them.
Totally. It really is. Like, putting them in the right position is so much of it, and then training them to do it when you move your leg, and it just takes a while for them to get used to it, and then that was nice. And some horses, it's more natural than others.
The thing, too, though, I mean, you could see exactly what we're discussing across that short diagonal in that, because Caroline made the turn and then she thought, oh, no, I need a little bit more momentum here. Get the momentum, get the change. So it's a little after the center line, and that's exactly what we mean. You run out of time in a real hurry there. And you see here, the mare settling into her work. And this is what we want to see out of these young horses. You know, they might get a little electric in the ring. They might, not quite get everything polished yet, but as they work through their test, they're settling into it. They're more comfortable than when they came in, and that's what we've seen here with She's the One.
Yes, the tests are designed to make them better. So if you're doing it right, then they'll be a better horse by the end than the beginning.
A little wide behind there on the final halt salute, but she stands quite still to do it. So
I think she should be happy with that. I mean, I haven't seen the mare in a while, but I think she should be happy with that.
The mare looks happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Definitely.
matters. She's like, all right, we got that done.